Here we have James Okulaja. He just watched our main task and he's going to give his views on it. So James, when you go to cinema normally, what do you watch?
I like to watch action movies. I like to watch like fantasy, sci-fi, like a bit of James Bond, suspicious action. Yeah.
Who do you watch films in the cinema with?
My friends, my mates, my family.
Is there a particular reason why you like to watch films with them? Does it add more to the experience of watching a movie, or do you just like going with them?
Yeah, it does.
What would you watch? What would you want to see in a movie that would make you want to watch it? So in the trailer of a movie, what would you want to see in that trailer that would make you really want to watch that movie?
Action, because then you see like you have loads of adverts and stuff. Like I'm doing an advert myself. I know what I'm talking about, because like you see loads of adverts and stuff and like trailers and movies, and sometimes they don't really show the decent parts of it. But I think with your film, your trailer, it does. It actually does, because then it grabs you, gives you suspense. It wants to make you see more. It catches you the way you see it. And then I think that's a mistake that some companies make. So, yeah.
Do you believe a movie should have characters from different backgrounds?
Yes, definitely. And I feel like that's what everyone's trying to do nowadays. Because, but sometimes it can't always be for a good reason. But sometimes it can be, because then you have tokenism. Like sometimes BBC saying that they don't want to be racist, because then like, what was it? The Great British Bake Off, they had the Muslim woman who won, and everyone, all of their audience was questioning why she won, which is because she's Muslim, and like a British person should win it, like X Factor, British people to go, nah, if you know what I mean, not people from my background, if you get what I mean. So I think it's very good to have a mixture, yeah, because then it changes it.
Do you also feel that by having characters from different backgrounds, for example, in our movie we have Schwartz, who's from a rich, middle class white family, and then you have Kobe, who is from a poor black family. Do you believe by adding those two characters, you can get a wider range of audience because
Yes.
they can relate to the characters?
Yes, because then there's a contrast between the two characters, if you know what I mean. I feel that's very good, because then, exactly like you said, you get two different audiences, and then, I like the way that they've done that, like, it's not generic, if you know what I mean, like, put two different people together, like cats and dogs together. Interesting.
So, in our movie, you see the characters sometimes messing with their hair, looking at their appearance. Sometimes you see them on the phone, and the way they're dressed. Does that tell you that they're teenagers?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does, because our generation, like, say if the Titanic sunk, everyone would get their phones out, you know what I mean, to video it. That's our generation. That's the 21st century for you. Yeah.
So you can relate to them in that way, that you can tell that they're teenagers?
Yeah, of course. I have my Afro comb. Every time I see a mirror, every time I get to see myself, I comb my hair.
How often do you believe little things such as dressing, the way the character dresses, or the way they speak, creates a sense of where they come from?
Pardon?
How often do you believe little things such as the way the character dresses or the way they speak creates a sense of where the character comes from?
What do you mean?
So, for example, when you're watching EastEnders, you may see a black character who's come from Africa and they may have an African accent, which tells you that they're from Africa.
Yeah.
So, how often do you believe little things that like that tells you where a character's from?
Yeah, they do. Because, like, even you have accents and stuff. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
When-
how they dress.
Like, for example, in our movie, we have a scene where the characters shake hands, but it's not just a normal handshake, it's a handshake that normally black people would do together. So that handshake, does that kind of establish for you what background the black character is from?
Yes.
And finally, why do you believe you'd be the perfect audience for our film?
Well, because, like how many teenagers went to watch Fast and Furious 7, Fast and Furious 6? Because it's our background. I like suspicion, I like guns, I like violence. But it's not like some creepy type of violence. It's like, it's what interests me. Like I wouldn't want to go and watch a movie like with no action. That's why, like, even this book, Eagle Strike Anthony Horowitz. I'm reading it because of the suspense. The suspense is amazing. It's an amazing book. Like James Bond, I love it. Yeah.
So the two characters are criminals. As you can tell, that's what the movie's about. Do you feel that by adding a character that looks like a criminal, Kobe, he has the look of a criminal, he does walks and talks like a criminal, and you have another character in Schwartz who's a little bit less reserved and doesn't look like a criminal to you, does that show, again, what backgrounds they come from? The way they act?
Yes.
Do you think that Schwartz, if you saw him on the street, would be a criminal?
Yeah. But then you can't really tell a criminal because a criminal doesn't dress like a criminal, if you get what I mean. That's just being a bit too, I forgot the word, like a stereotype.
No.
A criminal doesn't, if you were going to rob a bank, after you rob the bank, you wouldn't exactly like stick money on your head or write a sign saying, I robbed the bank, you know what I mean?
Now, in all crime films like this, you normally have criminals that are of older age. We wanted to make this film unique by having young criminals. Would you watch a film like that?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, because like the show I did in the West End, Bugsy Malone, that was all, it was so fun. It was all about younger criminals. I played Fat Sam. I like run this big soda siphon, and like it's all about illegal drugs and all the kids. I had like, it's a vast range of audience because I had like big teenagers coming up to me saying how good it was, like adults, little kids, and then it really widens the range because like James Bond, really a 3-year-old can watch that, but then like all the adults who came to watch it reminds them of their childhood memories, and like this book, me aspiring to be like a little James Bond, you know what I mean? Like one of the reviews from The Guardian said, done with enormous style, fun and suspense, wannabe James Bond will be completely hooked and eager for more. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.